Great War. Millions fell in trenches and mud. Subscribe to History Unveiled for the stories they buried. Sarajevo, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophia during their final visit. Hours later, bullets would ignite a world war. The arrest of Gavrilo Princip. The assassin captured moments after firing the shots heard around the world. Gavrilo Princip, 19 years old. Too young for execution. He survived failed suicide attempts. Tuberculosis claimed him in Terezin Fortress, April 1918. For years after the murder, that changed everything. Munich, August 2, 1914. A young Adolf Hitler stands in the crowd at Feldherrenhall. Germany declares war on Russia. One face among thousands, captured by Heinrich Hoffmann. Berlin, August 1, 1914. A German officer reads the Kaiser's mobilization order. The crowd listens in silence. Within hours, Germany invades Luxembourg. Guerre de Paris-Est, August 2, 1914. Mobilized French soldiers board trains bound for the front. Families wave goodbye. Many would never return. Russian troops entrench during the invasion of East Prussia. The Eastern Front awakens. Winter approaches. The armies march toward collision. August 16, 1914. Soldiers of the 11th Hussars Regiment arrive at Le Havre aboard ship. Britain's expeditionary force lands in France. Belgian troops defend a suburb of Herstal, northeast of Liège. The first line of resistance against German invasion. Termonde, September 18, 1914. Belgian rear guard takes aim from a railway bridge. Engineers prepare demolition to slow the German advance. Belgian refugees flee through northern France, carrying what remains of their lives. 1914, a nation on the move. Christmas Eve, 1914. Belgian refugees sleep in a French barn. No home, no celebration, only survival. British troops practice drill at a training camp. Civilians transformed into soldiers. Boys made ready for slaughter. Field kitchen, France. Cliff face and trenches visible beyond. Soldiers gather around carts and stoves. A brief moment of warmth before returning to the line. Austro-Hungarian 305mm siege gun. Mountains of steel designed to obliterate fortresses. The age of industrial warfare arrives. Royal Fusiliers rest in Mons Town Square before battle. They would earn the war's first Victoria Cross. Many would not survive the day. The retreat from Mons, August through September 1914. British and Scottish infantry march down a village road, exhausted, unbroken. Now the earth opens wide. A soldier of the York and Lancaster Regiment, likely 2ND/4TH Battalion, 187 Brigade. Portrait of a trench fighter. Henenel, October 23, 1917. British soldier hammers screw pickets into earth for barbed wire, building the wire maze of no man's land. Ypres Salient, January 1915. A sergeant from D Company, 1st Battalion Royal Scots, uses a trench periscope near Kemmel, watching the enemy without exposing his head. Indian troops during the Mesopotamian campaign. Empire soldiers fighting far from home in desert heat and dust. Canadian 1st Division, Ploegsteert, March 20th, 1916. Newly issued steel helmets. Muddy trenches. One soldier peers through a trench periscope. This is survival. Aisne River Valley, France, 1914. German soldiers sleep in snow-filled trenches, while two guards stand watch, rifles ready. Winter war begins. Cape Helles, 1915. British trench periscope, the tool that lets soldiers see without dying. Battle of Armentières, October 21st, 1914. French artillerymen in midnight blue present a 75mm cannon to Scottish officers in khaki. Allies sharing weapons of war. Christmas truce, December 25, 1914. British Northumberland Hussars and German soldiers meet in no man's land. For one day, enemies became human. Willow Trench, Rue de Bois, December 1914. Frontline flooded after a dam burst. Water waist-deep. An informal armistice born from shared misery. 5 men before a tent. For wear gas masks. One lies beneath the flap, facing the camera. Chemical warfare's cruel arrival. Steel and poison fill the air. August 1915. Indian troops wearing hypo helmets in a posed photograph. Early gas protection, crude but essential. Flanders, Belgium, 1917. French forces launch a gas attack on German trenches. Poison clouds drift across no man's land. The 21-centimeter Morser M.16 heavy howitzer. Austria-Hungary's answer to fortified positions. Skoda Works designed it in 1915 for tractor mobility. Freikorps, August 1916. Australian battery of 9.2-inch Mark I howitzers fires during the Somme. The earth shakes with each blast. France, 1918. American soldiers operate the Hotchkiss machine gun. Industrial killing refined to mechanical rhythm. September 25, 1916. British Mark I mail tank near Thiepval. Wire mesh deflects grenades. Steering tail raised. Photograph by Ernest Brooks. Saint-Mihiel, France. Renault FT tank plows through a trench toward German lines. The future of armored warfare crawls forward. Russian Empire, 1916. Anti-aircraft weapons aim skyward. The war extends into the third dimension. France, 1918. German stormtrooper poses with MP-18 and Luger pistol. Stahlhelm, reinforced uniform, puttees. Evolution of the soldier. American Doughboy, 1918. Fresh face. Steel helmet. Ready for the Western Front. Northern France, 1915. Sikh soldiers serve far from home. 1.5 million Indian troops deployed overseas. 74,187 never returned. The unsung soldiers of the Great War. Gallipoli. Turkish bombers at a bulwark in Canakkale. The message carved in stone. Gallipoli will not be passed. Bowdoin, Alberta, 1916. Two soldiers from the 187th Battalion, Canadian Expeditionary Force. Portrait before departure. The war climbs into the sky. July 1st, 1915. Kurt Winken's Fokker Eindecker E.5/15. The first successful aerial engagement using synchronized machine gun technology. Air combat is born. Oswald Bolk. German flying ace with 40 aerial victories. Killed October 28, 1916. Honored as the father of fighter aviation. Harry Cobby sits in the cockpit of a Sopwith Camel. Australian ace ready for combat above the clouds. Ernst Udet stands before his Albatros D.3. Serial D.194116. German ace. Survivor who would fly again in another war. Caproni CA.5 bomber. Late war technology. 5 times the engine power of the original CA.1. Response to advancing fighter defenses. Falcourt Aerodrome, France, November 1918. SPAD-13 fighters of the 94th Aero Squadron. Pilots identified: Reed Chambers, James Meissner, Eddie Rickenbacker, T.C. Taylor. German biplane shoots down an observation balloon. Flames consume the fragile fabric. The observer falls. HMS Cleopatra rams German destroyer G-194 at 20 knots, slicing it in half. 93 German casualties. No survivors rescued. HMS Hood, modified Royal Sovereign class pre-dreadnought, served the Mediterranean, then reserve. In 1914, scuttled as blockship at Portland Harbor. May 29, 1915. Launch of HMS Champion at Hebburn Shipyard. Lady Cynthia Asquith presides. Notice the uninvited guests sneaking into frame. HMS Queen Mary, active at Heligoland Bight, 1914. Destroyed at Jutland when forward magazines exploded from Derflinger's 12-inch shells. 1,266 men lost. Battle of Skagerrak. Torpedo leaves the launch tube, streaking toward enemy vessels. Silent death beneath the waves. May 13, 1918. American torpedo boat detonates 300-pound depth charge. The ocean erupts. U-boats hunted in the deep. November 1st, 1918. Transatlantic convoy approaches Brest. Photographed from USS Rambler. 10 days until armistice. Behind the lines, mercy endures. British hospital during World War I. Wounded Australian soldiers receive care. One woman appears to be a doctor, not a nurse. Alice Mary Kempsell. British nurse in World War I. compassion in uniform, evacuation of the wounded, stretchers carried through devastation, medical corps retrieving the broken, Royal Naval Ambulance, registration LH8156, number B2707, initials RN marked on the side, circa 1919. Red Cross nurses prepare food for soldiers unable to eat ordinary rations. Tender care in the chaos. Battle of Pilgrim Ridge, August 1st, 1917. Stretcher bearers struggle through knee-deep mud near Bozing, carrying a wounded man to safety. Battle of the Somme, September 1916. REMC ambulances and advanced dressing station on Montauban-Guillemont Road. Guillemont visible in the background. Ypres, Belgium, October 1917. A 75-yard wide shell crater. Artillery reshapes the earth itself. December 1915. 71-year-old King Peter of Serbia crosses the Drim River during the Serbian army retreat. A king leads his people through exile. King's Lynn, Norfolk. Destroyed property following the German raid. January 19, 1915. The war reaches British soil. Polish family flees their home amid war's uncertainty. Below, a makeshift shelter created by homeless Poles in an active combat zone. Survival by any means. War's machinery and its aftermath. October 7, 1921. Aberdeen, Maryland. Army's 12-inch M1895 railway gun demonstrated on Ordnance Day at Aberdeen Proving Ground. Industrial death on rails. July 16, 1918. Saint-Étienne, France. 14-year-old Alex studies a playground exhibit at the Children's Welfare Exposition. Working since age 11. 4.5 francs a day. Childhood traded for survival. June 14, 1918. American Military Hospital No. 1, Neuilly, France. Corridor filled with overflow beds. Every space occupied. The wounded keep arriving. Washington, D.C., circa 1919. M Street. 14-inch, 50-caliber railway gun deployed to France. Range, 24 miles. American steel reaches across the battlefield. September 1918. Base Hospital 41, St. Denis, France. Red Cross nurse writes for Soldier Joe from Missouri. His right arm disabled. Message home, I'm all right. July 4th, 1919. Washington Monument. Veterans gather receiving medals of honor. A daring aviator circles low above the trees. The crowd turns skyward. September 24th, 1918. 5th Company, 161st Depot Brigade, Camp Grant, Illinois. Lieutenant C.A. Gears commanding. Soldiers ready for deployment. May 1918. Paris. Kitchen of the American Hostel for Belgian and French refugees. Accueil Franco-Americain. Supported by American Red Cross. Mercy in a foreign land. Washington, D.C., circa 1918. Liberty Loan bonds at Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Financing the war effort, one bond at a time. France, circa 1915. German tethered observation balloon raised during the Champagne campaign. Soldiers maneuver it through haystacks. Eyes above the battlefield. Washington, D.C., circa 1919. War Risk Bureau check writing. Treasury clerks processing veterans' claims. The bureaucracy of compassion. Washington, D.C., 1918. Liberty Loan bonds. Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Paper promises, funding distant battles. October 30th, 1918. Base Hospital No. 7, Tours, France. Red Cross chaplain Reverend F.M. Elliott records German prisoner addresses. Families will be notified. Even enemies deserve mercy. Washington, D.C., circa 1918. Enlisted officers' personnel. The clerical army behind the fighting army. War built on paperwork. February 1939. Corpus Christi, Texas. Shack of war veteran along Nueces Bay. 20 years later, still fighting for survival. The Great War's forgotten soldier. Detroit, 1918. Cadillac Square from City Hall. Soldiers and Sailors Monument draped in patriotic signage. The home front rallies. Some wounds cannot heal with time. August 1918. Paris. Anna Coleman lads prosthetic masks for facially mutilated soldiers. Upper row. Casts of ruined faces. Lower row. Reconstructed Humanity. Art Restoring Dignity. March 1919. Marseilles, France. Belgian refugee children under American Red Cross care. Young faces, happy moments. Childhood rescued from war. July 1918. American Red Cross Canteen, Gare d'Ivry, Paris. 4th of July decorations. French and Americans celebrate together. Alliance made visible. January 20th, 1919. Recreation barracks at American Red Cross Agricultural Training School for French mules, Le Liege. Learning new trades with broken bodies. May 1918. Aviation Camp, Issoudun. Red Cross Canteen Kitchen. The commanding officer declares it the best mess in all France. Miss Given Wilson in charge. Paris, circa 1918. Sample Red Cross Rolling Kitchen on exhibition at Grand Palais. Mobile Mercy, ready to travel. March 17, 1919. Paris. American Red Cross Garage, 79 Rue Laguerre. Sign warns. Loafing in cars strictly forbidden. Even charity demands discipline. Washington, D.C., 1923. War Risk Bureau, Vermont Avenue and I Street. The agency that became Veterans Affairs. A century of serving those who serve. September 1918. Dinant, France. Refugee boys from Nancy perform calisthenics before swimming at their American Red Cross home, St. Lunaire. Over 500 children sheltered. September 1918. Chateau Chambord near Blois. Shell-shock patients fish and swim beneath old chateau walls. Captain A. Dennis treats war neurosis with quiet outdoor life. Healing through nature. June 14, 1918. American Military Hospital No. 1, Neuilly. Red Cross comfort bag, delivered to wounded soldier. Small gestures amid great suffering. June 14, 1918. Corridor scene, American Military Hospital No. 1, Neuilly, France. Medical staff move between beds. The work never stops. June 1918. American Military Hospital No. 5, Auteuil, France. Company barber performs a serious operation. Portable tent hospital on former racecourse grounds. Red Cross support continues. These faces witnessed the war that shattered empires. Subscribe to History Unveiled. The past must never be forgotten.